Stop feeling so hot when you're sleeping. Feel cooler with the Ooler. But is it actually worth the price? I help you choose the products and strategies that help optimize your health and happiness. I'm Shervin Shares, an ex-software engineer turned fitness instructor, and today we're talking about the Ooler. Like, does it actually make you cooler?
Yes or no? Yes, sir.
And then my biggest takeaway, will you actually fall asleep faster? Will it help you stay asleep longer? And can it transform your entire day by improving your overnight sleep? Because we all know, sleep is the new 10,000 steps. And that was probably about a year ago when I started to crave wanting to sleep better, right? I started to understand how my sleep impacted my day-to-day, my energy levels, how I performed at work, how I was with my relationships, my friends and family. And I was trying to find ways to improve my sleep. And that's when I discovered cooling your bedroom can actually make your sleep much better. The challenge was I lived in a big house with a lot of different people who didn't want to cool their bedroom. And the air conditioning was a whole home air conditioning. So I needed to find a solution that would cool my bedroom. I could either buy a one-person air conditioning unit, or I could buy a device that would cool my mattress. And that's when I discovered Ooler, because I wanted to be cooler.
Too cool.
Right, my room would get extremely hot during the summer because this was in Southern California, and I needed to find a way to stay cooler so I could fall asleep faster and stay asleep, because the heat would just wake me up. I would wake up sweating.
I'm sweating.
Or I would struggle to fall asleep because it was so uncomfortable. And if you struggle with that same issue, then I think this device can help. And I knew every time I didn't have good sleep, I was waking up or I couldn't fall asleep, I just my brain felt 20%, 50% slower the next day.
Did I sleep well?
And the biggest challenge was honestly the price, right? Your mattress already costs a lot of money, and then buying a device that's gonna cool your mattress costs a lot of money. But I had learned, if I'm spending a third of my day on my bed, it's okay to invest in my sleep. And I financed it. I typically don't like financing things, but with every sleep device I've purchased, for the most part, I've financed it, and I've paid them off so far. The Ooler ChiliSleep has been one of many multiple devices. I also use the 8Sleep that has helped transform my sleep, and it's just something I actually enjoy doing. I hope I enjoy sleeping. Actually, I wish I could sleep less. So when it comes to price, it is cheaper than the 8Sleep. You can get half a system, whereas the 8Sleep is always an entire bed. Half system for an Ooler is around $750 versus the base price for the 8Sleep can start at like $1,800 for a queen. And if you want to get a full queen, an Ooler will be around $1,500, which is just a couple $100 cheaper than 8Sleep, but it does require 2 Oolers and 2 covers. If you're trying to go full bed, I'd go 8Sleep, but if you're like a half, you're an individual, a single person like me, the Ooler is probably the better option. The Ooler gets 5 degrees hotter than the 8Sleep, so it's 115 degrees is the max, 55 degrees Fahrenheit is the lowest, 13 to 46 Celsius for y'all non-Americans. ChiliSleep has this new weighted blanket, it's 15 pounds, I really want to try it. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should buy it.
Then I'm gonna buy it.
But you can actually plug in your Ooler into that instead of your mattress and actually cool your weighted blanket. They offer a 30-night trial, so you can actually buy this product, try it for 30 nights and see if it matches your lifestyle, which I highly recommend. You can actually flip the Ooler pad that goes on your mattress to make it even cooler. I have like a nice soft cover, but I prefer the one where you can kind of feel the pipes. So you just get more of the cooling sensation. It's super easy to install. It's way easier than the 8Sleep, which does lead to some drawbacks, but it's just like 2 bungee cords that go underneath your bed and then a pad that goes on top of your mattress. When it comes to the app, there's a warm awake feature where it can actually warm up to wake you up so you don't have to worry about an alarm. And then you can actually set a moment of time each period of the night. So if you know that like, oh, at this point I get really hot, at this point I need it to cool, you have full control over the customization of when it gets cold and hot, which can be a good and bad thing. It can be a little overwhelming because you don't know when you should do it. What I typically do is I set it at the coldest setting at the beginning of the night, and then I increase it around 2 to 3 a.m., slightly about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and then that's about it. I don't use the warm awake feature just because I have to adjust the alarm if I'm waking up at different times, so I kind of just don't use it right now. And it has physical buttons. This is huge, especially if like you wake up in the middle of the night or like there's some ambient temperature, something that just changes how you're sleeping, and you wake up and you're like, I need to turn this up or turn this down. And this has happened a couple times, and just being able to kind of roll over with your eyes closed, feel for the buttons, know that the minus is concaved and the plus is bumped out. You can press the buttons without even looking at anything with your eyes closed, and adjust the temperature. That's definitely a big positive. I love that they offer a 2-year warranty. I'm on my second Ooler device actually, so there can be issues, right? It's water, moving parts, UV, C light. There can be algae growth if you don't clean it properly. So you gotta make sure that you're taking care of it, because if it breaks, they'll replace it within the 2 years, but outside of 2 years, you're kind of screwed, you'll have to buy another one. So think of it as a purchase for 2 years in that sense if you're not going to maintain it properly. And if you really want it, wait till a big holiday because they'll typically have sales. It's almost the 4th of July here in the United States, and I think they're going to have a sale. So just keep an eye out or buy it refurbished and just try it out and see how it transforms your life. I wish it got colder, right? It says that the temperature gets low, but sometimes I'll hit low and it'll be sitting around like 67, 65 degrees. I think I just run extremely hot. The room is hot. The Ooler is emitting all this heat and it's trying to cool the water inside and then pump that cold water into the bed. And then I'm really hot and I'm warming up the water. And I feel like from a strength standpoint, it's not extremely strong at getting to these cold levels in hot environments. In New York right now, it's been upwards of 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So I just wish it got colder. Another piece is you have to buy a cleaning supplies. They have like this Chilipad system cleaning that's like $8. They recommend 1 to 3 months. I've used it like twice. I know I need to use it more, but it's just like it's another fee, right? Are you paying $8 a month to actually keep this device clean? And if you don't, is it gonna break after that 2-year warranty? This is kind of like a plus and minus. The Ooler app works only via Bluetooth, so you don't have to worry about EMS for Wi-Fi, but you do for Bluetooth. There's no way to turn the Bluetooth off. But if I wanted to like change it like my Nest thermostat when I'm away from vacation, I want to turn it off and I forgot to, you can't do that. It's just going to run. If I want to pre-cool it as I'm coming home, maybe I want to go to bed early, then I can't do that. Or if I'm coming home late and it's already going to the next setting of like warming up and I want it to stay cold, right? You have to wait till you get home. It only has 2 water inputs, whereas the 8 Sleep has like 4. So I wish it had more water, more power, more strength.
Power, Rabbit!
It's kind of a benefit. It's easy to move around, right? It's a lot smaller than the 8 Sleep. The pad you can fold up and take anywhere. So that's kind of when I moved here to New York. I brought the ChiliSleep Ooler, but I didn't bring my 8 Sleep because it's just bigger. The downside is that you have to have multiple Ooler units for a 2-person mattress. So if you have a partner or someone else that sleeps in the same bed as you, you'll have to buy 2 Oolers or 2 of the cubes.
I don't know about that, but it is powered by the cube.
The Chili Cubes, I think they're calling them now, and then 2 pads. So they're 2 separate pads, 2 separate units, and you can control them via one app. You can switch between the devices, but you do have to get 2 separate units. You need 2 power outlets. It's just, and 2 things you gotta maintain. But if one dies, one will still keep working. So it's kind of like redundancy, pros and cons. And also it can be kind of confusing when you're ordering it on the website. Another downside is the warranty, right? It's 2 years. I've heard a lot of people where it just fails like the day after the 2 years. And I know these could be corner cases, but just make sure you're taking good care of it because after the 2 years, you're kind of on your own. And I don't know what their customer service is like after that warranty period, but more than likely they will either not replace it or they might give you a discount if you're trying to buy another one. Some other thoughts and things I wish they could improve. One thing, do not throw away the drain tool. It looks like a little plastic device. This is an image of it. Don't throw this little thing away. That's meant to actually drain the Ooler to help clean it out, dry it out. If you need to move it, keep it. Don't throw it away. I just wish it had Wi-Fi connection so I could control it remotely like a Nest thermostat. And the water flow. Give me that more power for water flow. I want strong water to pass through. I want to feel like I'm freezing in bed.
It's supposed to be freezing.
Because like it's so freaking hot. Like I'm sweating in this hoodie right now. I don't know why I'm wearing it. But they do tell you in customer support that you can flip the thing so you can feel the tubing a little more and you get more cooling. I don't think it's made a drastic difference, but it has helped slightly. Who would I recommend the Ooler for? I'd recommend it for someone who's single, right? If you're trying to buy the 1 unit, I think it's great. If you're trying to save a little bit of money, you'd rather go for something smaller and cheaper, more portable. And if you don't feel like you need as much strength of cooling and heating, like you just need a slight change, this is extremely powerful. For that type of person, I recommend you get cooler with Ooler. And they also have the Chili Cube Smart Cube, Chili Cube. It's the Chili Cube, I think they literally just changed the name like 2 days ago. So that's an even cheaper option. There is less programming to that. There's no app, there's no like changing the temperatures throughout the night, but that is another option to start with. But I would recommend do the 30-night trial. Use my affiliate link down below. It'll help support the channel. And if you haven't seen my Ooler versus 8 Sleep video, that will be linked down below. Go and watch that because I think these are like the 2 powerhouses when it comes to cooling mattresses, and both have their pros and cons. I definitely have a favorite. Go watch that. Ooler is cooler.